way too suffocating right now. We
We're
actually
busy.
have a very large container ship, very large, heading our way. Let me see if I can turn this around, show you what she's dealing with. So if you look there on the horizon, see that little bitty bump there? See that? Sorry. See that right there in the middle? It's kind of tiny. Let's see if we can zoom in on that.
That's it.
That's what she's dealing with. So we're on actual, it says that we're on a cliff, so we need to get away from them. So that's,
Of course.
yeah.
We need to stay at least 1,000 feet from it.
Yeah, we also have this boat over here, over there, that is also, but I think we're okay with them on the collision course.
Loud and clear.
All right. Anyway, Fran, you want to say hi?
Hi, everyone. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to this track. So I want to tell you our happenings on our when we got hauled out. To look at the sail drive. So
Right.
I'm gonna be a little busy. Heidi's gonna entertain you. She'll do
Right.
a song or dance or something, and I'll get back to you as soon as all
Right.
the silliness is done.
Yep. So we have Raphael on. We also have svingenuity. Hi guys, and we have Rev Big Tex, and let's see somebody else there. Good sheep. Yeah, David, you'd make so for you. Anyway, yeah. So we're yeah, Franny. Go ahead, Franny. Oh, this container ship is just an absolute monster.
Look at the size of
Absolute
that
monster.
thing.
Here, I'm gonna turn it
It's
around
a
again.
tanker, I think. Why don't you go up top there?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Or you go out front.
I was just gonna go out front here. Yeah. This thing is huge. Massive. Really massive. See if I can keep. Sorry, it won't stay enlarged. Anyway, and I know you can't hear me when I'm out there because of the wind, so I'm coming back here in the helm. So Franny's looking at,
Yeah, you can see what I'm looking at here.
Yeah.
So our nearest approach is 0.3 miles, so that's not bad. That's okay. But it's called Morning Champion. They're doing 19, almost 20 miles an hour. Yeah,
stay out
so
of their water.
This is like a zoom in. So here's the other little catamaran off to our port there, and then they're coming in at an angle, this big huge deal here. So they're
Yeah.
right there though, and I can start to hear them now.
A little bit of
So
rumble.
I pulled, you can see I pulled off my course a little bit just to give them a little bit more movement. I'm actually in a heading hold, not a course hold at this point.
Yeah.
And as soon as they go by, I'll get back on course. But we've also got this little catamaran behind us, which is crossing our stern.
Yep, they're over there.
There, so
They're
crossing our stern.
trying to get out of ship's way, so I'm sure. But yeah, back at that. Look at all the possible collisions right here.
Yeah, it just so happened that it's been completely quiet all
It's
morning.
been very quiet all morning, and then all of a sudden we have
You'll
chaos.
you'll have to go out there and film this.
We
and go
have
by.
Stephen online too. Hey, Stephen.
Why don't you go up there and film this guy as he goes by?
Yeah, sure. You core. Everybody, hey. Hi. Look at how fast they are. I mean, they're already here.
Well,
That is amazing how fast they are.
We're doing 7.8 knots, so about 10 miles an hour. We're closing at 30.
That's a
30 miles
physics
an hour.
problem. So you're doing 7 knots one direction, they're doing 20 the other.
Yeah.
Yep. So all those physicists out there, you guys can let us know how quickly we approach each other based on that. Anyway,
cool.
All right, so I'm going to turn this back around. Back to me.
Okay, this goes got on our bum.
Oh yeah, you can see shoulder.
Go back to our course.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, it's actually been quite a very calm and, you know, quiet morning. We've been chatting with the Lyles, SV Bebop. They are around here somewhere.
I think they're behind us.
Are they behind us at this point? And then also Eoti. So we have a couple of people that we are traveling south with right now. Not planned, but once we figure that out, it's always fun.
Oh, cute.
Cute. And,
Cute.
right, exactly. Right. So yeah, check out SV Bebop if you guys haven't checked out their channel. They're a relatively new channel, and they've been working on their boat. It's pretty exciting.
It's the same boat as Fair Isle.
Yes, it is the same Hans Christian boat. Well, different years, but different as Fair Isle, Sailing Fair Isle. For those of you who watch Fair Isle. Anyway, so yeah, a little bit about what we are doing, and then we can go into what we just went through. So right now, and there's very little wind, which is preferable right now, especially we don't like to be going.
We did get to sail a little bit though. We did have both sails up, so
we did.
Kudos
and we even got a photo.
Then
that,
had to get taken down.
Yeah, the Simon or Stuart, one of them took a photo of us. It was great. So yeah, it's great. Anyway, so and there's the wake. We're just dealing with the wake from the container ship now.
The big rollers. Not bad.
Rolly. So as far as you want on the hard, talk about
a little bit, but I'm putting the boat back on course.
Well, before that, I will tell you a little bit about what we're doing then right now. So our plan is to go to Solomon's Island tonight and tomorrow night. We'll stay there. And then we're going to start moving our way down the coast of Maryland into Virginia, and eventually kind of stage at the Norfolk area to get ready to go around. Which is always the big one, an overnight sail. So we really like to have calm, cool waters. And sorry about Franny shaking her. She's telling me that it's still too close to my face. Sorry.
You can get both of us.
Okay. I just don't know how well you can hear me this far away. So can you guys hear okay?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so if you're following along, for all the sports fans out there, we are looking, what just popped up this morning, a possible weather window around us if we leave Saturday. A week from today? Today's Saturday. Yeah, a week from today, bright and early.
Fingers crossed.
At probably 5 in the morning out of Little Creek. So it's just a little bit east of Norfolk.
Yeah.
It's right by the ridge, the tunnels, though.
Yeah, that's why
so
we
that's
like
pretty
it.
cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, head out, head south, and then around, and it looks super sweet. And then we'll put into Beaufort for a night or two, and then we'll continue our roll down south. That should give us also almost 10 degrees, or 8 degrees or something. That's important.
Yeah.
It's going to get
It's
cold.
beautiful today. I'm out here on the water a little bit chillier.
That way.
But yeah, for sure. And we like the day hops. So if we can do day hops, we will. We might actually go to a new inlet this year. We've never been to Southport, which is Riceville Beach. That one, we might head over there. After that, I don't know.
You're going to get us on course here in a second.
Franny needs to drive again. So anyway, so that's. Franny just disappeared. It's just me.
Sorry.
So no, it's fine. So that's our plan for now. I mean, it's going to be like around mid-month around Cape Hatteras, and then the next jump after Riceville Beach would be to the Charleston area, but we've been to Charleston a bunch, so I think we might actually pass Charleston, and then we might go to do some of the stuff we did last year, which we went to like Monkey Island, and we were only there for one night, and it's like really cool and really quiet. So we might do Monkey Island, we might do Hilton Head again, and we might do the ICW over there in Georgia. So and check out. So that is our plan, and hopefully by December we will be getting down there for all the nice little Christmas shows that they do on the water, at like, Fernandina Beach or anyway, we'll work our way down.
Yep, we are back on course. So
yeah, we are on course. So Franny's back with us.
Sorry.
So okay, now that Franny's back, let's go ahead and talk about what happened when we left 2 weeks ago to go to St. Michael's.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the story. To go to Marina to go to St. Michael's just because it's fun. That's what we wanted to do. We've never been to St. Michael's,
and it's been the third season that we've been there.
Everybody's like, "Oh, you got to go." So
we did.
It's on the other side of the bay. You go south a little bit, but then you kind of have to turn around and go north a little bit. It's kind of this weird sort of thing where you hook around. So anyway,
cute.
Yeah, it is. It was cute. We had a great time, and
Saw a little lighthouse.
we saw a little lighthouse. We walked around. We ate at some nice restaurants.
We're a really nice restaurant until they had a power outage and sent us all off, but we got a free drink out of it. It's fine. Yeah.
All right. We're going down to Solomon's, where we're heading today.
Yep.
And I did my usual checks. I have a long list of checks of things, and one of them is to check the engines and the sail drives. So as I started in on the starboard side. The engine was fine. I checked the sail drive. The level was fine, but the fluid was not. So it was like a milky kind of lighter color, and I was like, yikes. I checked port, and it looked absolutely fine. So I siphoned out some fluid from both of them and to each other, and they were vastly different. And we let it sit, thinking that if there's water, it'll precipitate out and just sort of fall out into the bottom if it's in suspension. Or if it's air, it'll get a froth at the top and it'll turn the normal color. Well, neither of those happened. Actually, just continued to be its weird color. So
yeah, Jake suggested actually putting it in a frying pan, which we never got around to.
Yeah, that was a good idea. We didn't do that.
But yeah, we were just like, no, we just gotta deal with this.
And SB Bebop just showed up. So yay.
Hi guys.
So at that point, you've got to do the only correct solution is to pull the boat out of the water and just replace the seals in the sail drive. So there's two seals on a sail drive. There's one to keep water out, and one to keep oil in. And either if the keep water out seal fails, it'll push water past the oil seal, because in that way it's in backwards, and if it makes sense. The seals are facing each other, so the spring part, the back end of the seal is always to the goo, so that's to the oil side on one side and the salt water side on the other. And so what I decided to do was Heidi got on the horn and did a
bunch of marinas.
Huge amount of legwork. It was a lot of work and a lot of time, but she went at it, and
so my whole day was spent doing the next day instead of.
Yeah, it was a ton of work, and so she got that all.
We were going to stay there anyway because of the weather, and so we were already anchored, and I just sat there and called a bunch of marinas to get that done.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, we had to go north next day, which was following.
The marina, but they didn't have room for us, our marina, because they thought we had left. And so there were boats, and we couldn't get through. It was kind of all jammed up.
Yeah.
So they asked if we could just come in the next day. Well, the next day was rough.
It was awful.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was so bad that the first time we tried to dock, we're actually on the closest dock to the inlet entrance of the marina, but we were dealing with 30
knot
30
gusts,
gusts,
and it was just terrible.
And so, and I had dock line out, and actually we've rectified that. We went and bought one at West Marine, but I couldn't even throw the dock line to the hand until, or maybe it was for the stern. I don't remember. Anyway, so I finally got the bow line thrown, but throwing the bow line means that our stern is going to whip around. And oh my gosh, with the winds blowing on it and everything else, it was real. Like we were gonna. There was a directly on the other side of where side by side, and our boat whipped around, and we were within inches of hitting this really nice big.
Well, more like feet, but sure.
Pleasure craft.
Yeah. So anyway, the long and the short of it is, we
didn't hit them.
Our solar array came a bit close.
Yeah.
The captain was watching the whole time, and we were being held on the dock, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But I had them just.
We'd have flipped 180.
I had them just head and throw the line using the whole line, the boat line. So anyway, that was a bit of a kerfuffle. Learned a lot. Didn't hit anything. Didn't break anything.
It was embarrassing more than anything.
It was embarrassing, though, for sure.
Yeah.
It was one of those instances where you had kind of one shot, and if you lost either the bow or the stern, there wasn't much for recovery. There just wasn't any room, and I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so we're fine. We did have 2 dock hands there as well.
Yeah, we had 2 dock hands, and everybody's like, those winds were crazy, and they were. And even the captain on the other boat said that. He's like,
he wouldn't go. He wouldn't take their boat out either. So
yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so anyway, we
get into this other marina.
Yeah, so here's the problem. Herein lies the rub.
Yeah.
At this time of year, in the Chesapeake, the tides are kind of weird. And then we had that hurricane come up, and it sucked all the water out of the bay. And so the haul out places were like, no, we can't haul you out because there's not enough water. It's too shallow.
Yeah, that's also time of year too, though.
It's a problem with the time of year as well. But then the hurricane was even worse.
Yeah, it was.
So Heidi found a place at Pier 7, which was just south of us, and they use a trailer, not a big.
Yeah, like down a boat ramp, just like if you're going to load your boat in. Yeah.
So they had, we were the second to the last slot for the year, and we had to wait until the tides would work out. So
it was a whole week waiting for Melissa to go by.
And then they finally said, I think we can do it tomorrow. So we boogied on down there. A little bit rough.
Another had to win.
Another had to win. Well, whatever, we had to get there. They hauled us out that evening, and we were on the hard, and we went ahead and did the service the next day for the sail drive. No real.
No. Really?
All they both of them looked fine. I couldn't find anything wrong. I took a bunch of pictures of the old seals and everything. They looked fine.
There was something weird though.
There was something that happened. We called Chad from Just Catamarans. He's their mechanical guy and Volvo guy, and he's done work on our boat before. He did the port clutch. So when our clutch went out on the port side,
he's in the
that.
video.
And they also did a sail drive service 2 services ago. And the interval on this up 2 years. We were up on that. So anywho, we called him and asked him, and he said, maybe just had a teeny bit that got pushed through, a little bit of salt in there. It wasn't enough to continually see crap. Now, when we did pull the fluid out and we filmed the pull on it, the pour, there was a little bit of schmutz. Oh, I forgot to say, I guess, at St. Michael's, I did do an oil change on that sail drive.
Oh, yeah, she did. She made sure that she swapped it out, so...
But you can't get it all out, just in case, and we need...
Like, we did a good job, but...
3 of it out or so, 2/3, 3/4 of it out, but whatever. Anyway, so there was a lot of very good oil in it, and then there was a teeny bit at the bottom that was just sort of still looked kind of buttery. Don't know. They seem fine now. But all we've done since then is actually motored out of the marina. But
so keep telling about the props and everything.
oh yeah. So we had a
more
bunch of things we wanted to do anyways. Wanted to do the zincs, of course, seals, and then we had brand new propellers to do on
And
the
this
boat.
was based on another recommendation from Chad saw him at the boat show. We're talking like, oh yeah, lake show. We're talking about balancing the props and you know all that
Says,
stuff.
no, they come balanced. The problem is that they get the and he was right. I think the port prop has a bent blade. Just the edge of it seems to be
And who
curved
knows
in
how
a
long
bit.
that's been there.
So it looks a little different than the other prop and the other blade. So I think
Right.
that's it. And then so it made a big difference. We used to get a terrible shutter at 1500 RPMs. It was awful. And now we don't get that terrible shutter anymore. So
The vibration rate.
vibration right now. Always and the
It's like
engines might be a little
1800.
bit out of balance
Yeah.
as well.
So anyway,
Yeah, so
and then what about the hand turning the
so the
front of those?
sure the prop hubs
Yeah.
were loose as well. They came off by hand. They were pretty.
Which that
There's a
should
lock
not-
bolt in there, so the lock bolt came out, and it wasn't very tight either. And then the hub has to spin off, and the guy's name, the technician's name was Falcon, and so he was able to spin these by hand. He said, "I've them come on." To pull hard that you can see the whole sail drive move. So, yikes. But at any rate, they came off pretty easily. And on the propeller installation manual, it gives all the torque specs. Funny, it's not in the sail drive service manual because we looked through it.
Right.
He even asked me, he said, you're kind of persnickety about this stuff. Do you happen to have the actual...
That's because I use the word anal antenna.
Yeah.
I think, 'cause-
Do you happen to have the service manual for the sail drives? And I was like, well, I do. And pulled it up on my phone, and we went through it and find it. But then I was looking at the instructions for the propeller and the installation, and it has the hub goes on at 70 Newton meters, and the center bolt goes in at 20 Newton meters. So we were able to torque them down. So I was very excited about that. Got them used torque
Hopefully
wrenches,
that
all
was
set.
better and they won't be so loose next
Yeah,
time.
and so a loose prop on a hub like that will woggle back and forth and eventually spin the spline. So that's a lot of problems. And then people actually lose the prop, so that's a problem too.
Yeah, that would not be good.
No, that would be bad. So anywho, we went into the water last night. Now that was a day after we walked. Once there was no water, so the wind was blowing out of the north really strongly, and that blows the water out of the bay. So they were going to put us in a couple of days ago, but they couldn't, and we're sitting on their lift, and they had another boat they had to pull out. So last night,
so no heat because obviously we can't run our heaters.
Oh, we froze our buns off.
And then we also can't take
super
showers.
Yeah, typical being on the hard, can't run the generator.
Yeah, and so we plugged in. They got us power.
They were super. Came up. Doesn't look like you're going to get pulled out today
and
or put back in the water
if
today.
it was close to the weekend, they wanted to make sure that we had power.
And they said, "Do you need? Is there anything we can do to help?" And I said, "You know what? Power would be awesome." And he said, "Let's see what we can do." And we tried stringing some cables together and couldn't quite get it. And then Mike showed up, the guy who operates the lift, and he's like, "Oh, well, I'll just push the boat back." You know, in a boatyard, generally when they fire up the lift, it's another lift charge. You know, I mean, it was like that in Fort Pierce.
Oh,
Well, we screwed it up, no big. And we were so pushed us forward ways, and we had plenty of room for our cables. And then we were able to hook up, so we got power, charged the batteries, and but couldn't run heat. Heidi rectified that. She went out and bought a couple of space heaters.
I did like at 3 in the morning when I was freezing. I was like, okay, enough of this. I'm not going to have this happen again.
Yeah.
So, and they were like one of those things where it says on Amazon, it says like, for morning delivery, and I'm like, great. And it qualified, so I didn't have to pay extra money, but it came that day, yeah.
Oh, great.
So I got 2 space heaters, and they worked.
Yeah,
Tried them out.
Pretty helpful. if it's freezing up here. So there's all sorts of possibilities. Anywho, so we went in the water last night and all seems fine. Yeah, it was a very, very calm, flat,
pretty
nice,
area, really
beautiful.
pretty area.
Yeah.
In fact, it's got to be the prettiest yard we've ever stayed in. We had this beautiful view when we were on the Hard, and it was just great. Like
$1 million view.
There's some really nice homes. I forgot to check out Zillow pricing on it, but they were probably
just like right next door.
$4 million homes, I'm sure. Yeah, they're really, really nice.
So if they've got water, then you're good. So that's that. So now we're just tootling down Solomon's, and as Heidi said, then on down to Little Creek. We'll probably bop a couple of times to get there, once or twice, just to do sales.
Right.
We were looking at a weather window for Thursday, but that wasn't happening, which would have meant we would have had to really book it down there. And it looks like y'all can run it yourself and see what you think, but on Saturday it looks super sweet.
Saturday, we're hoping for
Saturday, and then Sunday's just dead calm. So Saturday, so we leave really, really early. Like that is when you round Hatteras 1 or 2 in the morning, and it looks like it'd be dead calm. The wind models, all except the GFS, which is completely in left field, but I'm not really worried about it. And it's a week out, right? So we don't know for certain. But at any rate, we'll put into Little Creek here in a couple of days. And let's see. Oh, I did, I sealed up one of the hatches. Our stupid emergency, I hate those damn things, the stupid emergency hatch. It's on the list to be either completely pulled or probably cased, and
people want to just like glass it all in, but we actually really use those hatches a lot.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this, but I guess the old version was that people would open them up, which I think is dangerous.
No, we don't do that.
But no, we use them to actually look at all the other through holes on the other side. And it's the only real way, other than getting underneath the boat, in the water, to be able to see stuff. So we actually really like the emergency hatches, and so we just get them sealed. That one's for a while.
Side
one,
I pulled.
You actually bedded, took it out, rebedded it,
and it's fine.
And somehow we missed this one.
But we just didn't have time to do it.
Yeah, so
that was in Fort Pierce almost a year and a half ago, and it's never, the one on starboard hasn't drifted off since.
So Franny was doing it yesterday.
So I was sealing on the outside of it, and I think maybe the sealant it only had overnight to really set up, and I don't know, maybe it didn't set up completely or whatever, but it's still sort of leaking. I think I've got one more thing I want to try with it to try and get it, but I hate that damn thing. So I'll probably do that down in Little. I love caulk. It's my favorite. Glass, caulk, and paint. Those are my favorites. My absolute favorites. We get along famously. Yeah, we just sing the same tunes. Not. Anyway. So that's it. That's pretty much what's going on.
Once we get around Cape Hatteras, we'll start planning for Thanksgiving. I don't know what we're doing for that. And maybe we'll pick up some buddy boats by then, and it'll be fun.
Heidi did get us a little time at Beaufort at the
Homer Smith.
The Homer Simpson one.
Yeah,
so that's,
Homer Simpson. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely nice. We've been there a couple times, but
so it's just something a little bit new. Yeah, so it'll be fun. That's pretty much about it. We really, when we travel like this, we try to pick the absolute most mellow weather windows and things.
For the sake of me and the cats, and maybe even Franny a bit too.
I don't like being hammered either, so.
It's, well, okay, so one of the things that we also forgot to tell you guys about, and I guess we're going about 30 minutes. When we're hammered to our St. Michael's, we were headwind, and we were taking on quite a bit of waves at one point, and we got, the bow was really going under the water, and then at one point we just got this really big wave that just
wrenched the top of the boat.
Our starboard side of the boat, and I was actually underneath because it was some big enough waves. I wanted to check and make sure things weren't falling over inside. Franny was at the helm, and right as about ready to come back because everything was fine. Wave hit. All this water came in our window. And I was like,
this is the starboard
this is
window
like
on the starboard side of the boat, on the side.
Right, it's a side
very
window in the
front
salon.
bottom corner.
And I was like, oh, and yeah, there was some foul language out of my mouth at that point, and I was just like crap, like looking for things to wipe it up with, and because it's all on woodwork that's around our settee and stuff. So anyway, looking back at it, so as soon as we got regular marina, Franny took a look at it, and the whole thing peeling away.
It was separating.
I mean, I imagine, for those of you who watch the winds, I imagine this is what they were kind of dealing with right before they dropped off their boat in New Zealand. And but yeah, we're at this point where we need to figure out the salon windows, but the other ones are okay. We inspected them, but this one in particular,
I bolted it in.
Franny ended up putting a bolt on, putting some sealant on, and
it's
so
fine
you've
now.
spent a lot of time with sealant lately.
Yeah.
And I mean, we haven't had any of that head to wind stuff since then, but I think
I'm getting better at it.
I think you okay.
We on that we use Decaflex. It's 285 or 385, 285, 285 UV on that because it's supposedly really good for acrylic or whatever these windows are, plexiglassy kind of stuff. So it sticks really well, better than 4200 or 5200. So the 3M version of it.
Yeah.
So that's that.
I mean, we're just we are sorting our boat still. It's funny. I mean, it's been 3 years that we've had the boat. The first year was triage. The second year was some major upgrades, some battery and the solar. Third, some real perhaps like our induction stove and fuel system.
Yeah, the fuel polishing system, transfer system.
But so next year we'll be back to a little more triage, fixing those boat windows.
There's always something, right? So, and it's a boat. It's a 7-year-old boat at this point.
It is, and 7-year-old means there's other things to be done, like you mentioned the things under the engine. I can't remember.
The sail drive. The what do you call them? Just the rubber gasket seal around the sail drive.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, coming up.
All right. So, well, I'm going to hand you this because I've got boats coming up.
There's boats everywhere, and I think we're going to
answer some questions. If there are
let's
any.
see if we do have some questions here. So, all right, we have. Sorry, it's facing me. I'll have to.
There's a ton of boats all around us right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's going down here.
All right. So let me start from the beginning. So we have David Sheet, Stephen McClellan, and Bob Barker 14 saying too much traffic. Yeah, for sure.
Show them all the stuff that's going on.
Oh yeah, right now. So let me go ahead and turn this around.
Lily pad. Sundial.
All right, so
that call is the two boats off. That call that you just heard is these two boats over here.
So we have two boats over there. Okay.
And zoom in.
It's going to be a little windy, but I'll show you what all is. There's a lot. So we have two boats.
That's lily pad and the other boat.
Right there.
Figure it out.
The zoom in feature is not working very well. So those two. And then over here, there's a lot of stuff. So that's what Franny's looking at right now. A lot more stuff over there. And funny, it's all congregated on this side. Like, I don't see much going on over here at all.
There's a boat on our port bow.
Like nothing over here.
They're not on AIS.
Right.
Don't whipsaw them so fast.
Sorry.
That boat?
Way up there. Anyway. Oh, this one. Yeah, there's that one.
Earlier we had the current with us and the sail up. So
okay.
That helped a lot.
So,
10 in the wind.
I was going to...
Somebody's chatting away on 16.
Somebody said that Somebody said, wow, 3 years, do you miss the Porsche work or the boat is enough for now, Franny?
Oh, well, the boat has been quite a bit, and I got to see it over the summer. I'm with so they're still there, and we had the i8, so we still have our cars, but I got to replace the backup camera on the i8.
Right, yeah, with an aftermarket one that works just fine and is a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So we'll see how well it lasts.
Well, it's the same part. It's just, it
Right.
just wasn't, I didn't spend $900, I only spent $90 on it.
Right.
And I had to take the bumper off the back of the car, and that was kind of a thing. Then we found that it was missing like 6 or 8 screws in the bottom of all the panels and things under. So Heidi took W, and they're like, yeah, people accuse us of that all the time. And I'm like, well, then probably you should put all the screws back in.
Right, right,
I
right.
don't know, that's a thought. Something to try.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, the
They
car
did.
was a thing this summer as well. That was another problem that we had was the i8. We had some issues, but hopefully
Yep.
that's all done. And but yeah, I miss the cars for sure. But the boat keeps me very, very busy. You got some bumps coming here
Okay.
from that focus on the box. So
I think that's really, I think cut this at this point. We've got a bunch of boats coming, and anyway, it's great seeing you guys, and we'll turn this back around and we'll say bye.
all right.
So thanks for joining us last minute, and yeah, we'll be doing more live streams as we work our way down the coast.
Yep.
So just keep watching for posts. I think posts are the best way. I can't really schedule a live stream for some reason. It gets goofy with the horizontal. But people, I think, expect you to do for stream, which we want to be able for people to see it on their TV at later on. So anyway, yeah, thanks for joining us. And
Yeah, thanks everybody. Appreciate
next
it,
time.
and we'll see you next time, which won't be too far. So
Yep.
we'll probably do another one when we head on towards Hatteras.
Right.
So, all right. Well, until then,
Yeah.
safe travels.
Bye.
All right, bye.